Hello. I said that I would do a video in response to the forest fires of BC right now. There obviously is, I think there was, last count that I heard was 42,000 people displaced out of their homes. And I have no idea how many hundreds of hectares are now in flames. And of course that sends a lot of fear energy into the world. It sends a lot of stress and unknowing and tension and fear and real grief and loss. And a lot of us can't help but feel that. We might not realize that that's what we're feeling, but a lot of us are picking that up just by sheer volume of what's being expressed in the world. And a lot of people, too, that I know have been working quite hard in the different ways that they do in response to this. And, things like calling for rain, or doing healing work with the people and the animals and the land. And some of you are quite exhausted by all of that. And even if you aren't working directly in those ways, you might find yourself feeling irritated or set on edge, especially if you're living anywhere near it and you're smelling smoke or seeing haze, this kind of thing. It's just going to ramp it up. It's really encoded in our DNA to be fearful of large fires like this. And so what I wanted to do was share a practice that it's my go-to, I guess you could say. It's how I first respond to any sort of natural disasters or terror attacks, these kinds of things. And I work in this way for a couple of reasons. One is it's not draining. It doesn't exhaust you. It's not tiring. You're actually filling yourself up at the same time. And so it helps keep you in that higher vibration that you're wanting to be in the world, rather than bringing you down into that really hard stuff. And the other reason why I prefer to work in this way is because we're not influencing with our will. We're not countering anybody else's free will or any lessons that they're, have an agreement of some sort to be learning. We're not imposing our wants and our desires. And a big one is that we're not supposing that we know best. So I use the calling on the rain and doing rain dances and prayers and things like that as an example. Because on one hand, we're stepping in here thinking that we know best. I mean, it seems like an obvious, like, oh, there's fires, we want rain. Maybe, but maybe the fires are what's needed. And that could be all sorts of reasons. It could be everything from it's what the land is needing. It could be people needing wake-up calls to sort of start responding and respecting nature, maybe changing their habits. I'm not trying to minimize anybody's losses or fears. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to step back a little bit from believing that we know best, instead of trusting that nature, who's been here way beyond anything we can possibly imagine and will continue on for so many more years than we can even fathom. A lot of our faiths, a lot of our practices are believing and trusting that in nature and the divine way, and that there's a consciousness of that is greater than we can comprehend. And so for me, I feel like stepping in with things, calling for rain, this sort of thing, it's assuming that our little human consciousness, our little tiny bits, of what we can perceive somehow knows better. And we can't foresee all the ramifications of this. So this morning was a good example with that. I'm up on the Upper Sunshine Coast, and we had a sudden downpour of rain, like extreme amounts of water suddenly and in a short amount of time. And it came at first with some thunder and lightning, not a great combo. And even though it was a large amount of water, it's not enough to actually put anything out. But it is enough to overwhelm plants. It's not soaking into the earth, this sort of thing. It's just flooding and running off, and really quite intense and quite short, and not really as effective as perhaps we would want when we're asking for the rain to come. So, even if we're getting what we're wanting, we don't really know, we can't possibly foresee all of the other effects that might be having. We often fall into this trap of, when it's too hot, we want it to be cooler. When it's too cold, we want it to be warmer. And so we're always kind of like putting our wants and our desires in there instead of stepping back and just going, maybe I need to adapt. Maybe I need to respect what's happening here. Maybe I need to connect more with nature and the elements rather than trying to control them, which is what humans like to do, right? So this method that I'd like to share with you today really takes a lot of those things out. And this is a method that's been taught to me by a couple of different teachers in slightly different ways. And in this method, this way, is based on Sandra Ingerman's teachings. And if you go and look up on her website, and there's, let's see, I can't remember the menu, but there's a section on the side, on the left side, and I believe it might just say GVD camera experiments, perhaps, I'm not sure. But using this transfiguration technique, Sandra has been working for years with water, and water that's too acidic, that's poison for us, measured by pH, this kind of thing, and then done this work, with others, and not even directed right at the water, but just sort of being in this space where people are doing this work, and then measuring the pH afterwards and finding that it's moved into alkalinity so much so that it is drinkable. And also in that section, if you can find it on our website, there is also an experiment that I participated in a couple of years ago, and I think there was about 500 people around the world who were all working in this way, and we were given a hotel room number, the address and the number, and pretty sure we knew that there was going to be some people in it, but we didn't really know all of what was in there. But we were to go through this process and just sort of include this hotel room in our work, not directly sending anything, not imposing anything again. And with this GVD camera, they were able to take before and after photos of people and food, especially heavily processed food, and see the difference energetically in their energetic imprints, and how they looked before, and then how much more vibrant and full they were afterwards. So if you can go and seek that out, that might give your left brain a little bit of proof that sometimes we want, right? We feel like we know and we believe that this work works, but then to be able to see it in a measurable way really just sort of sometimes can anchor it for some of us. So what I'd like you to do now, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk it out as I'm doing it. Make sure that you're really comfortable. So, get cozy in your seat and put your feet flat on the floor. Make sure the ringer is off. Make sure nobody's going to come in the door. Get yourself nice and cozy. Get extra pillows, wrap yourself up with an extra blanket, whatever it is that you need. You don't want to be distracted by your body. And then I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and just connect for a few minutes with your breath. And just notice what your breath is doing. Notice how it feels coming into your body and how it feels to release it and let it out. How it feels going in through your nose, into your chest, and your belly. And then breathe out down into your seat and into the earth below you. And spend a few moments too really connecting to the feeling that your body is making with the seat that you're in. Really feel how you are being held. And just know that at any time through this process or any time at all, you can always bring your awareness right back to feeling held by the earth, by the floor, by your seat. You're being held and you're being supported. And that's your connection to really ground any sort of excess energy, any sort of nervousness or excitement, stress. You can just breathe down into the earth. And you can breathe back up from the earth as well. Just bringing in some of that support right into your body, right into your belly, right into your heart. And while you are here in your heart space, just really allow your heart to soften a little. And just breathe, keep breathing. You just want to connect to that really tender, pure part that is within your heart. This childlike, innocent place. It is a place that no matter what you experience, this place is always untouched. This place is always free and clear. No one can affect it. And that is because this part within you is also part of the divine. This is that God-like quality that is within all of us. It is the part that is moved by beauty. It is the part that is moved by care and love. It is the part that creates good in the world. And you can grow this spark, this light that is within you. You can feed it with your breath. You can just imagine it growing brighter, growing larger, filling your chest cavity. And you can keep growing and radiating and expanding this beautiful divine quality, this pure light. You can grow it and radiate it past your body. Fill your body right to your fingertips, right to your toes, and then just outside of your body. And just fill the space around you. Breathing in through the top of your head or through from the earth into your heart, and then just spread this light out a little more. As you breathe in, you might breathe in from the pure vital force of the sun. Breathe that in through your head, into your heart, and out past your body. You might choose to breathe in the gentle light of the moon. It's gentle, but it's still quite powerful. Bringing it into your body, into your head, into your heart, out past your body. And fill the room that you are in. And then begin to think of some of the people in your life, some of your friends and your family, and just see the little sparks within each of them, that divine light in their hearts, and just notice it, just see it. You might even include some people who challenge you, and just notice the light that is within their hearts. Sometimes it's tricky to see, but it's always there. And just imagine all of these wonderful people really filled with their divinity. Really, really bright lights within each of them. And then with your awareness, just bringing this light farther and farther out into the land where you live. And whether it's a busy town or a rural neighborhood or out in the wilderness, just seeing this divine light radiating through you out into all the land where you are, and also seeing within all of the life forms, each blade of grass, each little piece of soil, each tree, each flower. And just see their divine light, that pure essence within them that comes straight from the creative force within nature. And then you can move into some of these places in BC right now that are filled with fire. And just see if you can feel and see in your mind's eye that same divine force within the fire. And know that it too has a consciousness, that is pure and straight from source. And all of the land that is there, just see it, no matter the state that it's in, just see it, see that divine quality within it. And keep breathing with your breath, bringing in through from the earth, in through the stars, bringing it into your body with each inhale. Feeling it flow through your heart where this divine essence is. And then breathing it out and radiating it out farther and farther. And just sort of like a wave, sort of triggering your awareness of all of the divinity within everything that it touches. And then in your mind's eye, just imagine all of the people that have left their homes. And just see in each of them their divine light within their hearts. And imagine that light glowing so brightly that it fills their bodies and just beams. They're just beaming with this beautiful divinity. And you know that this part of them is safe, they are okay, they are part of the divine, they're divinely held. They are just as connected to the greater consciousness. And just hold them in this light, just see their light, see their own light. Let yours just sort of wash over and just say hello. It's all the same resonance. It's all that same source, that same divine quality. All those people, so divine. And now too, bring your awareness to all of the animals, all of the wild animals in the land, all of the domestic animals, all of the horses, all of the cats, all of the dogs, all of the deer, the rattlesnakes, the spiders. And just see their divine light within all of them. Just know, just feel that pure essence that is emanating from them. Keep breathing into your body, into your heart, out through your body, into this beautiful wide circle of divine light. You're just radiating, just like a magnifying glass, just collecting all of the light and then sending it out in a focused way. And really take a moment to see the entire earth. Great, big, beautiful Mother Earth with her incredible divinity glowing from within. And just know that you are made of the same stuff. You are made up of all of the same elements. hands. We have the same divine qualities within each of us. And just feel that quality within her that really knows the bigger plan. Know that we can trust her. We can repair our relationship with her. We can always strive to walk in greater harmony and with greater respect. And slowly, bring your awareness a little closer to you, back into your immediate surroundings. Bring your awareness to the room that you are in. Keep breathing. Just feel that energetic space that is right around your body. And allow yourself to take a few good cleansing breaths. Some vitalizing breaths that will wake you up a little bit. And know that this place within your heart is still quite glowing and quite bright, and always is. It's all very, very simple, very easy, and very, very powerful. Thank you.